Hey Scorpio, it's your girl Alex, and I'm back again to bring you guys another tarot reading. Scorpio, thank you so much for all your love and support. I love you guys. Now let's get to it. What we got for Scorpio? Ooh, come on out here, Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, Justice. Okay, give me a good one. We need a good one after that Justice card. Let me shuffle. All right. Four of Pentacles. Okay. Two of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. Knight of Cups. Page of Cups. Ace of Swords. You know what's weird? I'm hearing let somebody help you. I don't know. This to me looks like a legal case. Let me put more cards down. There we go. Finances. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Because I'm sitting here looking at this. I'm like, okay, there's something legal going on. And it could deplete your savings. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense to me. Whenever you guys hear me say that makes sense to me, it's really just me giving a nod to my angels like, okay, you delivered that perfectly. I understand it. So I feel like definitely your finances are under the microscope, at least for right now in this reading. And I feel like for many of you, from a financial standpoint, you're feeling very pessimistic, right? It feels like right now there's some sort of drain on your finances, right? Like, you got to bill, you got to pay the IRS, you got to pay this, right? There's some sort of drain on your finances, but I feel like the universe is saying, um, have a little hope, have a little faith, and definitely listen to your intuition. For many of you, it's almost like you have taken your eyes off the prize, right? So, as an example, if you decided to open up your own eyelash bar, right, where you're installing eyelashes and you loved it and you love all things eyelash, right? Things like, oh, I don't have that many customers, or, my customers are ghetto, or, I hate this location, right? All of that's starting to weigh you down. And if it's weighing you down, it's weighing your energy down, it's weighing your vibration down, and it's going to, kind of force you to attract energy from that lower vibration. Okay. So the Knight of Cups, Page of Cups, and the Ace of Swords, I feel like the universe is saying, listen, right now, what you're focusing on, your current perspective, you've moved away from, say for instance, what you had originally intended and set out to do. You've moved away from that, and to the point where you're now starting to worry about these very legitimate but however minute details, and they're starting to build up on you so much that you can no longer see your outlook, you can no longer see your path, you can no longer see your future, because you're so focused on maybe things of the past, things of the current. It's almost like instead of having this beautiful outlook of everything that could go right, you're inundated by everything that has gone wrong or could go wrong. And there's the devil. Now here's what's funny to me, right? This the Queen of Pentacles. She's the Queen of Independence. And there's the devil, the energy of bondage and limitation and lack and fear and you know um, tunnel vision, right? Obsession, just focused on one thing. So right now there is laser focus on my financial stability. But you are ignoring that you live in a universe where if you ask, you will receive. If you ask, you will receive. Some of you have to be strong enough, and angels are saying, well, Alex, they almost said angel. Well, angel, that's what you just said to them, as in, you know, quiet down the negative mind and allow your intuition to come in and reconnect with all of what you know. I was just on a reading call with someone, and I've said this, somebody misconstrued, and I hate when people do that. I could say A, B, C, D. They was like, oh, you don't like E? Right. Anyway, my God is a frequency, right? My God is an intelligence. My God is a consciousness. Okay. My God is nothing human. Okay. So, in all of this intelligence, if you wanted to call it the highest form of intelligence, right? Your negative thoughts are not in alignment, right? So, as an example, if God, let me just use this example. Say, for instance, God is electricity, and think about all the electricity in the world. Okay, God is basically saying, "Hey, Scorpio, wherever you need to go, I'm going to have it lit up for you." Right now, you can't see that because you don't believe that. I don't know who I'm talking to, but something mentally has just got you down. It's just got you dim and grim, and the universe is like, "Hey, we're not a universe of smallness. We're not a universe of darkness." I mean, again, I was just thinking about this today. Only 4% of the universe has matter and light. The rest of the universe, 96%, I forgot the ratios of dark energy and dark matter, right? So the majority of the universe is dark. And God said, I've created light. So, but for a lot of you, you're sitting in the light space thinking about the darkness. Okay. All right. I'm not going to preach. Let me keep going. For many of you, yeah, angels are saying this is directly affecting your emotions. For a lot of you, I do feel like there's a grievance here because it's like, I help everybody. I do this for everybody. Who does stuff for me? Right? You're looking for some sort of reciprocity and or some sort of compensation, and you are correct to look for that compensation. The problem is how you think you're going to get it, how you're looking at it, how you're looking towards it. Angels are saying if people just follow their intuition, they'd be the happiest people on the planet. Nah, we gotta be brats. I know I ignore my intuition sometimes just for fun and games. I do that to keep my angels on guard. Sometimes I'll look at my intuition and I'll be like, yeah, that is one approach. Then sometimes it is just the Bible to me. I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, now we need to do that. But that's who we are as humans. We're one part spirit, one part goobly gob. My angel said one part defiance, one part hard headed. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Okay. So, you know something? Duality is at play right now. The energy of duality just came upon me. And I do have the death card on the table. And I have the devil, the death and the devil. So that just kind of says that you have to convert your fears into courage. There's a strength card. You go back and forth, and your head is in control. Your overthinking is in control. I just said to somebody too, thoughts are not real, right? Again, I could be like, hey, eagles talk, and they don't. They may speak, but not English. Look at the outcome, the past. You need to get clear. Angels are saying they don't need to be get clear about shit. They need to cut that past away and let it go. All right, so what's under here? Look at Justice, King of Swords, and Eight of Cups. Yeah, some of y'all need to just let some shit go. Okay. You are addicted to what you need to let go. Oh, oh, let me apologize in advance for this group of Scorpios. Some of y'all are like, listen, I'm a nice catch. I'm a high value woman. I'm a high value man. I work. I pay my bills. I keep myself looking good. How come I just can't find a decent man? Why always I keep finding these dudes who are married and just want to, look up my scud? Okay. And the answer is because vibrational frequency, right? And you're inadvertently focused on what you don't want. I just want to meet somebody nice. You ever notice when people say that, you can hear all of the people they met prior, right? Oh, I just want to meet somebody who's going to be honest. You can hear all of the liars they've already dealt. You know why? Because you're signaling your words. Eight of Swords, Ten of Swords, Two of Swords, Three of Swords, Five of Swords, King, Ace. What you say and how you feel are two different things. And guess what? It's creating the perfect storm, right? Oh, I just want to get out of this tornado. Well, you ain't getting out of shit because right now your vibration, your energy, the momentum is flowing against you. Now, angels just also said too, oh God, this is such a deep reading and deep message, but only for Scorpio. Are you sure that the things that you are complaining about, you're really afraid of getting because you're so used to what you already had? Let me make that make sense. So you want a princess, Prince Charming, but are you afraid that if you met the prince, Princess Charming, that you would discover that maybe I'm not a prince or princess to my prince or princess? So instead of having to overcome that fear that I'm not who I need to be, let me just keep complaining about who I'm used to being. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I need a minute. I need a minute. Because I need to make that make sense for myself. Because I had this dream today that I was on this pier and I had to jump over, like I had a bag. It was, like a little wallet. And I was walking on this pier. And then when you got to the end of the pier, you had to like jump over water to get to the pier that went all the way out in the ocean. I couldn't get to that part. I wasn't jumping shit. So I turned around and came back to land. Okay. So when I woke up from that dream, I was like, okay, well, that's an obvious message that you're afraid of becoming something great, grand, wonderful. You're afraid of going the distance. So what did you do? You just got scared and turned around to your safe haven. So when I said that, it didn't hit home for me, but my head caught it, and my head was like, okay, you need to process that. Okay? So I feel like Justice, Two of Swords, Three of Swords, you're justifying the fact that you're not really paying attention to what hurt you, right? So it's almost like you create this persona, a Jungian persona. Oh no, I'm brave, I'm strong, I'm this, I'm that. But deep down, are you only brave because you suppress your fear? Now, suppressing fear is not overcoming fear. Suppressing fear is doing exactly that, suppressing it, right? Y'all know the role of coffee? Caffeine, it doesn't give you energy, it just suppresses the part of you that's tired, right? So here, Justice, Two of Swords, Three of Swords, what pain are you suppressing that's trying to come up so you can maintain and finally, stabilize, whether financially, emotionally, psychologically, mentally, physically, whatever it is? Ooh, child. Let me keep going. All right, let's try to read this for me, and maybe there'll be a message in it for y'all. And there's the Four of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is holding on to everything that you have. That's stability. That's security. And the Queen of Wands, she's Angry or because she doesn't have the financial security, the financial offer. That's usually a job. So going back and forth was strong enough, but really being weighed down. You have to abandon your mind, open up to your intuition, and you'll be able to move forward. That'll open up your heart, and that will start to reestablish, your expectations, your goals, and that in turn will excite you, and you will return back to a place where you felt comfortable and safe. So for this, and again, if I wanted to read it for myself, this has everything to do with your relationship with security and safety. In the end, 5 of Cups, right? And then the Justice card. So the universe right now is working on y'all and working on me because I am going to release this. Working on us to rectify this and this, right? The 5 of Swords is feeling defeated, feeling, it's supposed to be self-interest, just concentrating, focusing on yourself. The 5 of Cups is, kind of, what is it? Crying over spilt milk, dwelling on the past, some sort of past hurt, past pain, past disappointment. Universe is trying to bring you clarity, right? It's like, now, no, we need to focus on the 5 of Cups, 5 of Swords. Snowflake, you put the ball in there, now you can't get in there. So the universe is wanting us to focus on what's disappointing us and what we feel abandoned by, what we feel defeated by, and make a decision to finally let go of what's no longer serving us and then make a plan for the future. Yes. Okay. Okay. So I got to close this up because I done banged out all of the messages there. Y'all give me a second. Me and my dog. Here, come over here. Now you can get the ball. She does this thing where she purposely lodges her ball up under shit and then she just works hard to get it out. And in most cases, she can. If she can't get it out, then she starts crying. And I'm so trained, y'all will be very happy. She's trained me very well that anytime she cries, I stop what I'm doing and I help her just as I did. Anyway, back to you, Scorpio. So here, what's the resolution? I'm mixing cards. What is that? 5 of Cups. All right, angels, what's the next message? The continuation. So we're supposed to be focusing on the thing that we're suppressing, the pain, the heartbreak, or fear the thing we're suppressing that's keeping us from reaching our true goal, true potential. Okay, what is that? For everybody that's going to differ is what I'm hearing. My nose is starting to itch. For many readers, that's how spirit always, kind of says to us we're spot on. We're right on target. Okay. Ooh, look at it. 3 of Swords. 4 of Cups. So you have some sort of energetic thorn that is sitting in your heart. 10 of Wands, and it's blocking you from what? That's the King of Wands. Being as aggressive and assertive, chasing after what it is that you want. So a lot of us have become super safe, right? I know my angels are like, some of y'all be stopping at the yellow lights. Y'all be stopping at the yellow lights. What's that comedian said? Green means go. Yellow means hurry up and go. Red means you got about two more cars. Right? That King of Wands, your assertiveness and your aggression, that's what it is. God, we're getting deep, Scorpio. Listen to me. Y'all hit me up with a thanks, a donation, or something, because we getting deep here. Okay, I'm resolving y'all issues right now. I know that's right. Jeez, my nose is still itching. There's a tower. Those wands have to come down. Your structure, oh wow, my angels just said for some of you, you are this tower, but for some of you, you've decorated the tower with unnecessary distractions, hoping that people will pay attention to other things about you versus the fact that you weren't put together. Your tower was crumbling down. So, Scorpio, you don't want people to see your weaknesses. Okay. Ooh, there he is. Okay. All right, Scorpio. I'm at a point where I always know everybody's watching these readings. So I never want to give away your secrets. So for negative people, they come in and use that against you. Okay. So I'm going to speak in Scorpio code right now. And many of you intuitively, you'll know what I mean. Your Achilles heel, you know what that is. Okay. You know what your weaknesses are. Okay. I feel like the universe is wanting you to not say spend time on your weak side, your vulnerable side, right? But it's almost like the universe is saying go to those places, those sacred places within your energy being, and sit in those places and allow the universe to help you cleanse out those places and those areas, right? There is an issue here with you aesthetically, right? Okay, let me say that differently. From a universal standpoint, it's almost like you don't recognize yourself anymore, okay? Because you have been faking the funk for so long for so many people that you've done it so well that you don't even recognize yourself now. So the universe is wanting you to go and find a sacred space and place for you to unmask yourself, unveil yourself, and return back to your true authentic nature. Okay? For some of you, and this is like for 7 Scorpios, even your hair, your makeup, your plastic surgery, your whatever it is, you've done so much work on yourself and you've invested so much into this fake part of you that the universe is like, enough is a fuck enough. Where is the real Scorpio? Will the real Scorpio please stand up? And again, for some of you, you don't recognize yourself anymore. This is not, this is not resonating with me, by the way. Um, it just feels like you veered off of your true authentic self. I know for me personally, that is why I had to take a break from my channel, by the way, if anybody was curious, because it just felt gimmicky, right? I was moving away from the true gift of reading. I was moving more into serving Scorpio versus serving my motherfucking self. Okay. And at the end of the day, I have to be proud and feel good about the products and the information that I'm putting out, not just me as an ego, me as the God in me. And the God in me just didn't feel satisfied. So I had to go off and shed away all of the fucking clown makeup and the fucking red nose and the, even to the point where I wasn't even fucking cursing anymore because I got tired of people putting in the fucking oh, if you could just stop, fuck off is who I am. Okay. So to an extent, I had to return back to my authentic self. And I feel like for a lot of you, and angels are saying, you know who you are. A lot of you, because the King of Wands is cute. King of Wands is cute, but guess what? He's also shallow. Some of y'all have gained weight. Okay, sorry, right? No judgment. You've added on to your physical aesthetic, but it ain't doing nothing for your heart and your soul, right? It's almost like you're gaining weight but losing soul. Ooh, child, I gotta go now. And I kind of feel like the universe is saying, hey, listen, the only way that you're going to get back to your true authentic self and reap the rewards of the prosperity and positivity of this universe and to reactivate your heart is for you to shed this whole um, to shed this whole mask of this imitation. You know, it is imitation. Scorpio is an oxymoron for the days. It's a paradox for the days. Like a fake Scorpio. Ooh. Now, my angels also said too, yeah, in the comments, if you feel like you have not been your authentic self, yeah, put fake Scorpio here. Fake Scorpio, right? I have not been serving the true authenticity of who I am, which is the God who I am. Now my nose is stopping itching. It's not itching as much anymore, right? But yeah, Scorpio, I kind of feel like for a lot of you, you got to get back to your true authentic self, your true God self, your true universe self, whatever you call it, and fuck the rest. That whole mask shit, that is not working out. Angels are saying for some of you, it's almost like you spend your days going out trying to find things to redecorate your mask. All right, take the fucking kill the mask. Send it to me. I'll fucking run this shit over. I don't have a problem. Anyway, I love y'all. Personal readings are open. Link is in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, hype, share, like, comment. Just do the things. Love y'all. Bye.